Evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Freedom Fridays, presented to you by the Black Wealth Rebels. I got it right this time, y'all.
Yes, you did. Good job. Good job.
Got it right this time. But listen, seriously, we're going to talk about did Bernie Madoff come back to life, right? Because there's nefarious people out here doing the same type stuff that Bernie Madoff was doing a couple of years ago with all these Ponzi schemes. But this guy is getting caught doing the exact same play. He ran the exact same play. So today we're going to talk about that, and we want to get your opinion. Is this 2025 new version of Bernie Madoff?
Hey, Kamar, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes, sir.
Once we start, can I edit it and then add another channel in? Because you didn't share this to the Facebook page, because people are shooting me messages on Facebook saying that they can't find the stream. I see the edit button up there, but I didn't want to mess nothing up, man.
No, I just did it because it took me out too. It took me out too.
Okay.
So Facebook be wilding sometimes. But anyway, good evening, everybody. How y'all doing?
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? I didn't mean to mess that up. It's just that people were sending me messages. I'm like, what are y'all talking about?
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. All right, so we got Brittany in the building. What up, Brittany?
What's up, Brittany? Shell, what's up, Shell?
Shelby about to help me make $1 million.
And listen, man, Shelby is my internet marketing mentor.
He's good at it. He's good at it. I've been trying to get the boy to start a marketing company with me, but he won't do it.
Hey, listen, man, because he ain't trying to get canceled by messing with you, man.
Nah, he ain't got to do nothing.
I say,
What I'm gonna go. Listen, man, I don't get people canceled, man.
You
all
don't?
Positive energy all the time. Except
all the time?
Except when people say stupid stuff. What I call and sadly, stupidity is on sale these days. Audacity is on sale these days.
So let me tell y'all real quick, before we get started in this, right? So this morning,
here we go.
No, this is not slander. It's not slander.
Okay.
So this morning I'm in my office, right? I'm working on some stuff, right? So then my phone is in my hand. I'm, I'm swiping. I say, Kamari's live. I'm like, oh, let me check my brother out. My brother's on live, do his little morning show and all that. As soon as I cut it on, first thing I hear Kamari say is, such and such is, he used the R word, right? Soon as I cut it on, you call somebody the R word, because that's what I'm gonna say right now, because I ain't trying to get canceled. I'm like, yo.
As it relates to race relations?
No, as it relates to someone
mental capacity.
Mental capacity, yes.
Oh.
Soon as I cut it on, that's the first thing I hear. I was like, yo, he just right off bat, this is where you're going with it? Now, obviously,
I don't remember how I got there.
You don't remember that? They actually called you on it. Somebody
No, they said it's not PC. I said I didn't take the PC class.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still standing on what I said.
So so hold on, you're telling me that you didn't know that you couldn't say that?
In the context in which I said it, no. I don't think I had a problem with saying it.
Yo, it's crazy, right? It's crazy because
I would never call you that. I would never call Corey that. I would never call anybody in the chat that, right?
No, I got you.
Yeah.
But it's crazy though, like what you can and cannot say, because like there's certain things that has become part of like American colloquialism. Like I heard someone say something the other day, and obviously, I don't want to offend anybody, but I heard somebody. I was downtown. I was on 7th Street, and the boy was at a cart, and he was like asking the price of whatever he was buying. He was like, "Man, I ain't trying to Jew you down and blah blah blah." And a couple of us looked up like, but that's something that people used to say. Right?
I just used that term yesterday.
You can't really say that though.
I just used that term yesterday.
The other one I just read this week, right? I read this week that what's that show that everybody was watching that came on every night? The dating joint, Paradise Island or some shit.
Yeah, something like that.
Whatever it's called. One of the chicks got kicked off of there and lost her opportunity because they did some like internet searches of her whole history, and she made a comment about her having chinky eyes.
Oh God, yeah.
And they said that's a derogatory term that you can't use, you can't say, and they basically kicked her off of that. I was like, damn.
So I'm not going to tell y'all one of my favorite scenes. The monologue from one of my favorite scenes is from The Godfather with Tom Hagen.
Part 3? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, not part 3. I don't even talk about part 3, man. I believe it's part 2. When Tom Hagen went out to Hollywood to talk to the boy, and the boy called him every racial slur there is.
Mm-hmm.
I know that line by heart. I won't say it now, but I find that utterly hilarious.
You ain't getting enough slurs off this morning?
Nah, I really ended slurring people, man. Like you could say I used the R word, but it was talking about a mindset and not a person. So I mean, you
No,
can say I'm wrong for both, but
no. But by the way, one of these days, I'm going to get you to agree that The Godfather Part Three is a pretty good movie. I'm not saying it's better than 201 because it's not, but it's still a good movie.
that's not going to happen. Sorry, bro.
One of these days.
It's not going to happen. It's
One of
not
these
going to
days,
happen.
man. One of these days, man. Anyway, McCore, how you doing, bro?
I'm on chill mode, man. I ain't, um, I've been rethinking. No, not even rethinking. Um, just thinking about how to do the work that I've been trying to do full time. I've really been studying Marcus Garvey, and I've been studying the 1036, and I've been studying like a lot of community action. I've been studying Ida B. Wells and how they created the forward momentum to do the things that they did, and it's all community based, man. So I'm just figuring out how to get the community behind me the same way that they, supported them, man. So I'm just thinking about the kind of work that would get the support of the community to be able to do the things that they did, man. Because I want to live in that light.
Okay. So I can tell you right now in 2025, the work you're going to do to get the community behind you is a relationship podcast.
Damn, that's crazy. That's gangster. But I'm really,
Yeah,
I
because
think
really,
he's right. I think he's right.
I'll tell you like this, man.
$200 date content. You know what I'm saying?
The one
Or
thing
start a school that takes 10 years to open.
no, I'm not doing that.
Come on,
But
cuz. Come on.
I was reading, I forget which
Or
book
create a real estate fund that never pays a
Yo, hey,
dividend.
come on, cuz. Like you.
I mean, those are the things that are getting traction. What are we talking about? Listen, here's the thing,
um
man. Not to cut you off, Corey. I'm sorry. But are we going to be truth tellers or are we just going to dance around everything?
I mean,
I don't
listen.
know. I don't know nothing about none of them
Okay.
dudes,
All
man.
right.
Because I mean, I know who they are and I know what they did, but I don't really, I don't really concern myself with those kind of, people because they not me and them not the same type people. So they off my radar.
Okay.
Um, I really like I'm a limited energy person, right? So I can't be giving my energy to people who I don't know them and I don't like them and they don't know me and they can't like me because they don't even know who I am. So I don't get them no energy. But I'm thinking about the community as a whole, and I mean man, listen, I'm the one thing that I was saying that I was reading something, and I can't remember the book because I've been all over the place the last couple of days. I tried to do what Jim be doing, read 3 or 4 books at the same time. That's terrible. I can't
None of us
remember
can
where
do that.
I
None of us
cannot
can do that.
remember where I read anything, but I remember the quote, and the quote was, "Are you willing to live to the point where the community uh, are you willing to risk the community being your safety net, basically? Like basically, are you willing to live and die with whatever the community gives you? And are you willing to live off that?" And I was like, I don't know in 2025, man. Like
That's
I was
fair.
I was like, I understand how they did it in the 1910s and the 1950s and the 1960s. But I was thinking to myself, like, I mean, I probably could live off, but it would
I mean, if
be
you want to live a life and being in destitute, you could. I mean, listen. Even then, well, first of all, going back, a lot of that was based on necessity. The necessity, and then those things are no longer there. We got access. We got access to the internet and Instagram no more now, so it's a whole different
so. I
game.
mean, the thing about it is, I was watching again. I mean, not watching. I was reading, and it was just jarring how much more community, like I already told you I was already reading about the Black Panthers. Then I got into Garvey. Then I got into IDB Wells, and then I was talking about the mutual assistance associations that came right after Reconstruction. So I've really been in my bag, man. Like, and then I was again reading the book that Jarrell helped me find. So I really just been in my revolutionary bag, and really all they talk about is community. Like, if it's not for the community, what is it for? What are you willing to risk to put it? You know, because anything done for the community is going to incur some risk because it takes the government away from being in charge. So, what kind of risk are you willing to incur?
So the other question I have is, what community, right?
Oh, only for black communities. I don't really care about.
But there's many communities in the
what,
black community.
so in 2025,
So, listen,
what is so? And again, this is pondering questions out loud. I'm just asking, like, when you're doing a juxtaposition of you know, then versus now, is there was kind of more of a defined community. The community has always been fractured, but there was more of a defined community then than it is now, right? We got a bunch of these majoons running around, acting as if they're part of the community.
Wait, what is a majoon?
Oh man, here we go, man. Vocabulary word of the day.
I don't know.
You've never heard the word before.
I went to high school.
All right. So Majoon. Look it up, Kamari. That's just we're gonna educate Kamari.
Sounds like a game.
A game?
Yeah, it does. It sounds like mahjong or something, but I know what it is, but it sounds like mahjong or something. But anyway.
See, so what I'm saying is that's what we have running around now here in 2025. So even the idea of community is something that we really have to like think about.
So what I'm thinking about really is the pillars of the community, right? So the things that we have in our community pillars, right? So the things that we have and the things that we don't have in our communities. So that's where I was thinking about. So I'm thinking more about schools, hospitals, food, things of that nature. Being a community, building that through community, and using the larger community to be able to create things that the larger community can use. So if I build an online school, if I build an in-person school, people can use that. If I build an online place where people can, be able to get resources, and I'm not even talking about money. I'm just talking about any resource that Black people use, information and all of that kind of stuff. We're kind of sort of doing that in a lot of different ways, but it's not amalgamated. And I'm thinking about ways to bring those things together.
What book you just grabbed, Kamari?
So everything Corey just talked about, this man talks about in his book.
Is that Dwight Evans?
Yes, it is.
I never read that book.
Yeah, I haven't finished it, but he talks about that. Yeah,
I did, however, finish a book this week, by the way.
I'm in the middle of a book this week, but what you got, Jimmy?
All roads lead to real estate.
You still didn't send me the link. You didn't send me the link.
Pause.
Whoa. We definitely need that.
Written by our sister, right? Erica wrote this book, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, all roads lead to real estate. It's finished at this.
Damn, see, I've been in a whole different bag. I need to really read up on the people that show love and support us, man.
Yes. So salute to Erica. You know, I know if she's not watching live now, she will be watching. So salute to you.
Too old for this shit.
But yes, dope. You know, a little inspiring too, Erica. You got me inspired. I feel like I got bust some moves, pause, and you know, go from there.
But you're already on a real estate bandwagon.
Listen, man. Real estate is my business. You know, as I explained in the class, it's my business. It's how I put food on my family.
Yeah, but I've heard you do a mini presentation and say the two things you are most passionate about, not business, not money, is real estate and Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So you already there, bro.
And ratchet memes. but the thing is though, Erica's book is dope. Salute to Erica. Appreciate.
Can you send me the link, sir, please?
Pause. Yeah, I got you, bro.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, man. I told you. I told you the energy I'm on. This is the energy I'm on.
I'm too old for this shit.
One thing you're going to say about me is that Kamari is consistent. Once Kamari is as a position, he's not moving off of it. I'm not doing that with y'all.
Here's the thing, though. That's not necessarily always a good thing.
In this case, it is. It's the righteous thing.
This case, it might be, but in the grand scheme of things, not being able to be moved up the position is actually a flaw.
In this position, but in the greater point, I will see that. Listen, I will give you your props For most things, if you got bad information and you're standing by it and you're rocking by it and you won't move, you're wrong.
All right, let me give Kamari credit for something then. Eric Roberson was super fire. Super fire. Like, I gotta give you credit. That's your guy. He was fire. You was right. He was fire. I still don't know if he's better than my guy, which is how the whole thing started, pause. But super dope. Super dope.
You're not even gonna set that up for context. You're just gonna throw it out there and just let it linger.
Well, we went to the Eric Roberson show. Us and our spouse went to the Eric Roberson show last Saturday. The thing is, how it all started, right, is we had a debate about our current favorite R&B, not old school, just current, and I told Kamari that my personal favorite is PJ Morton. His personal favorite is Eric Roberson. So the bet we made is whenever either one of them come to town, the other one has to get tickets. So, Kamari got the tickets. We went, and the show was super fire. Like, I got to give the boys props because when you go to an R&B show, and I'm pretty sure those that have been to an R&B show, y'all ever go to an R&B show and you hear somebody and then you be like, yo, you don't sound like that in the car. Boy, I'm going to keep it a bean. He actually sounds better live than he does on some of the actual,
Listen, the ball pulled off that Luther, and I don't like remakes, and he pulled that off.
Hold on. You don't like Luther, but say 96.7%.
Y'all said that before. But Luther's mega hits were his that he wrote.
No, they weren't.
Like 85% of Luther's catalog is remakes.
And 50% of them are Dionne Warwick songs. He just sung all Dionne Warwick songs. He pretty much he can make 2 albums of Dionne Warwick songs.
His major hits were not Dionne Warwick's.
All right. See, now we got to pull up.
That's what I said. We're not doing that. Listen, we're gonna get to the topic. Listen, the topic tonight was: are we looking at new Madoffs coming into play? And this is a clip.
Top songs. I'm sorry.
He's down a rabbit hole. It's okay. I'm focused.
The first 3 are all remakes.
Hold on. Bring that back towards the end. Let's get to this, Jimmy.
If only for one. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. The text messing with me. Messing with me.
Yeah. Talk about being old.
All right, go ahead. Talk about your Luther slander.
Oh yeah, that must mean you got to go grab the video again. I'm just saying, for you to say that his top songs, based on sales and charting and all that, Here and Now.
Nah, I need the blacklist, man, not just the list that everybody does.
So what do you consider? What are you talking about charting? Are you when you say his top song, you talking about your favorite song?
What gets played at the cookout, man? Come on, we need the blacklist.
Here Now gets played at the cookout.
All this stuff. Here and Now doesn't get played at the cookout.
What's your favorite Luther Vandross song?
My favorite Luther Vandross song. That's a great question. Probably Never Too Much.
Okay, so is that right? Stop there. Is that a remake?
No.
Probably.
Then again, I don't know. That's one song.
My favorite song of his is not a remake either. But that's not the point. My favorite song from
Stand of the Man.
I didn't stand of the Man. I'm giving you
85% of his greatest hits are remakes. And Luther is a great voice, but he's not an original songwriter.
Yeah.
He's an original songwriter. Not too many.
Dionne Warren.
So my favorite song by Luther is Dance with My Father Again.
Oh,
that's a great song. That is a great song. All right, let's try this again.
FBI just busted a 25-year-old con artist in Austin, Texas, who scammed $1 million. Here's how it went down. Nick Bonneville from Leander, a suburb of Austin, posed as a successful Forex trader, claiming that he could time global currency trades in dollars, euro, and yen to make consistent and incredible profits. Now, Forex trading is real, but making consistent money at it? Almost impossible. Nick told investors he'd match their investments dollar for dollar up to $100,000. It sounded too good to pass up. On Nick's website, investors saw their accounts exploding in value, and when they wanted a withdrawal, no problem. Nick wired them investment returns from his Chase account. He seemed like a genius, and word spread fast. Friends told friends, and in total, 25 people invested $1 million with Nick. But behind the curtain, Nick wasn't trading anything. The profits were fake. The payouts came from other investors in what we call, say it with me now, a Ponzi scheme. And Nick, he was blowing the money, paying off his car loan, ordering DoorDash every night, and generally just living large. Eventually, he stopped sending out investment returns and fed investors excuses. One sharp victim got suspicious and called the FBI in Austin. The case agent acted fast. She pulled Nick's financials and set up a sting operation. An undercover FBI agent was introduced to Nick as a high roller looking to invest $500,000. For his part, Nick saw a lifeline. He told the undercover he was managing a $72 million Dubai investment and could double his money in a year, even building a tax-free retirement account if the cash stayed with Nick for 5 years. All of these things were total lies, but it was enough to get him arrested by the FBI. During his interrogation, Nick folded immediately and provided the FBI agents with a full confession. The FBI forensic accountant showed that he spent $575,000 on himself and used the other $425,000 to pay fake returns to investors. Nick pled guilty to federal fraud charges and was sentenced to 37 months in prison in order to repay the $575,000 to the 25 victims. So I ask you, was this a fair outcome? Drop a comment and then follow me for daily crime stories like this. Have a great day and be cool.
So is it me, or is it like, damn, we do the same shit over and over and over again? Nobody ever learns.
Yo,
Or
shout
am I wrong for that?
shout to Erica again because she sent us this video. But
She did. Shout out to Erica.
yo, but the funniest part about this video to me is his scheme wasn't even that elaborate.
At all.
Like, he
It's
just said,
typical.
"Yo, give me your bread." You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you bread back. Let me get this DoorDash. My man was cooking on DoorDash.
DoorDash and car notes.
DoorDash and car notes. I know he had plenty of $40 dates, but yo, he was wilding, man. Like he was absolutely wilding. Was not that elaborate, but again, the thing about Ponzi schemes is the level of greed, and the level of greed that resides in not only the person running the scheme, but the people looking to get these returns that they know they can't possibly be real. But you know, greed, man.
If it's too good to be true, it usually ain't true.
Probably
What
is.
you got, Corey?
Huh?
What you what you think?
I'm thinking that he's a piece of damn. I almost said something. But listen, he's not an upstanding dude, and in juxtaposition to what I was just talking about, like that makes it harder for people like me who actually do the work to actually get money from people to do the work that needs to get done. Like these stories aggravate me because I know people doing the work, and I'm one of those people doing the work, and we couldn't get $500,000 to do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, what would the things that we would actually do with $500,000? And Bo just got
But again, that goes to my point. They weren't giving him money to do no work. They were giving him money to flip his money. They were being greedy. They wanted him, like they wanted him to flip their money. So it wasn't even about him. It wasn't like, yo, you doing good work. Let's give you some money. They were like, yo, we're greedy. You saying you can get these returns? Give me these. That's why I said the greed is on both sides.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with that. It just aggravates my soul because it's so
Yo, I remember I watched one because Madoff got like 5 docs. He got like a reimagine, but it was one part of one of the Madoff docs where the dude knew that was a scam, and he said, "Yo, as long as he was like, as long as I get my bread out before the whole scam crumbles, I'm gonna make money." And he made money, and they tried to sue him too, saying that he was like, "Look, I ain't running the scam. I just knew that he was scamming, and I was like, look, if I can get some bread before this whole thing go down, then I'm gonna flip it." Like it's complete greed.
It's like the crypto space when we was. It's like it's the same as like the crypto space, right? When we used to get into those 10,000, 10 or 1,000,000% Jones stick the coins, and you got to get out before, because it's a scam. That can't last but so long. Like we probably got 24 to 48 hours to get out of that before they rug pull you. And that's all Bull did. He did a rug pull, except for he got 3 years and a month for doing a rug pull. He should have did it in crypto. He wouldn't have got put in jail.
Hey, listen, man. I want to send a shout out to the Supplement. Right, Supplement is our sponsor, and they make the highest quality of product. This is the best bottle on the market. Go to getsupplement.com. Make sure to support our sponsor of Supplement, man, because black bottles forever, white bottles never. But let's go Supplement though. Getsupplement.com.
Jimmy funny as hell.
The slander is unmatched. Slander is just unmatched.
Yeah, man. But that story though is wild because dude basically showed nothing. I can make you this amount of money, and folks gave him bread. Like it was so unelaborate. There was no and he did it on a dolo. When you read the story, he didn't have any help. He just did this on a laptop. Like, I can get y'all some chicken.
So it just goes to show how gullible people are.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's always been the case, right? You can go back to the tulip crisis. People buying tulips trying to get rich.
Charles Ponzi himself was,
selling stamps.
Yeah.
People wanted to get the foreign stamps.
Charles Ponzi smacked Navy Federal something crazy.
All right, so I got a question for you. I want to put this clip up here real quick, and we'll come back to the discussion. But it was either Anthony or Ann that posed something today, and it got me thinking.
Oh God, it was one of the Anthonys. I know it's something wild.
Got me thinking.
That's Nate gang.
Baby girl.
Hey, Cuddy.
Came by to see you a little earlier, but you went home.
Oh, I had tested after work, and then I stopped over by my mother.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's Saturday.
Yeah.
I see my little girl sleeping back there. Huh?
Yeah. She's all played up. Cuddy, I wanted you to meet
Look here. I got a little something for Sarah. Buy something real nice.
Cuddy, I told you to stop spoiling her like this.
Somebody's got to do it.
Cuddy, I want you to meet Anthony.
The pull-off was crazy.
Yo, that's one of the top 5 most disrespectful scenes in the history of life.
So the thought was, should Cuddy be considered a community activist like Nate? And I'm like, maybe.
Right, so there's some correlation there, right? But here's the issue though. Like Nate was more altruistic. Nate didn't try to Nate would never do that, man.
But Nate was more altruistic.
Yes,
really?
Nate was more about the community. Nate did his thing.
Nate love is hilarious.
No,
Nate
listen,
would never do that.
I'll say this. I think Nate was the victim. So
Nate would never do that though. Nate would never disrespect her family
I'll
like
tell
that.
you this. Nate was the victim because he was trying to get at her for and along the storyline, he was trying to get at her for a minute. And she wasn't showing him no love. And then all of a sudden she was in the jam, and then I'm in the jam, Nate.
She was in a bind. She's in a bind.
She was in a bind.
Shout out to Miss Edie. She says, yes, Nate and Cuddy are twins.
They not
see, but he more disrespectful though. He did that to her family. Like that's disrespectful, dog. That's disrespectful, man.
Listen,
I don't know.
Nate got used and abused.
That's disrespectful.
I don't know.
And she's out of pocket too, though. Like she got shut that down faster than that.
I don't know.
Nate was trying to get at her for a minute, and she was putting my man. She had him heavy in the friend zone. She had him surrounded, like she was like SWAT. She had my man surrounded in the friend zone, and then she got in a bind, and she needed Nate, and then Nate tricked off on her. That wasn't Nate. That wasn't. But Cuddy did a whole different. Like that was a different whole.
Yeah, Cuddy was. Yo, that energy was just totally was wild, dog. He basically said, "You mad because I'm styling on you."
I'm mad that we got more spit for Cuddy and Nate than we got for the goddamn Ponzi scheme.
Listen, man, because everybody know these Ponzi schemes is about greed. Like we already like. For me personally, I'm never surprised when people get jammed out their money on Ponzi schemes because I know people are greedy. People want people. right? The reason why Ponzi schemes does work for the last 500 years is because people have been doing the same shit. So I
People
don't
riding the
understand
R
why
bus.
this is new.
They riding the R bus.
Hey, come on.
They riding the R bus. That's
Come
what
on, brethren.
Wait a
Listen.
minute. There was a bus in Philly for called the R, right? I think.
No,
Yes,
the
sir.
R is no longer a bus
I said
anymore.
was. I said was.
It's yeah, they right before they about to do these rate hikes and rate hikes and service cuts.
Yeah, SEPTA is wilding. But
I'm
I
gonna tell
know
y'all though, half of y'all shit coins y'all be chasing, those are all Ponzi schemes too. But
All
I
of them.
digress.
You got somebody you want to call out? Anybody in particular?
No,
All
listen,
of
I don't speak to negativity. I just say be your own.
All of them. Jim is not going to say this, but he's already said it on the podcast. It's Bitcoin, and then there's everything else. Everything else is bullshit.
So nothing else matters, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, I mean, my man just said it 7,300 times. I don't understand why
Gotta say
people
it
keep.
again.
Listen, man.
Gotta say it again. You know, repetition in school, right? You need repetition for teaching, so you gotta keep saying it. Over
Listen,
and
man,
over.
he done already told
over
y'all
again.
674,000 times.
Nothing even matters at all.
All the rest of these are companies. Bitcoin is the only one that is a cryptocurrency. All the rest of them are companies that sell crypto.
Could repossess my 4x4. I'm sorry.
All right, so what do y'all think? What do y'all think about this Nate and Cuddy thing? What do y'all think about the Madoff thing?
All right, so two things. The first thing is the Ponzi scheme was deplorable because it wasn't even elaborate. He didn't do anything. Those people should all feel that. Listen, I hope they get their money back. I doubt they will, but a lot of y'all gotta chill and stop being greedy. You've been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy.
Shout out to Earl.
Keep it real, partner.
The second part is in terms of Nate and Cuddy, man. There's two different energies out there, man. Nate was a humble humanitarian who got taken advantage of. Cuddy was this wild, disrespectful dog.
Yo,
Cuddy,
that is the top. That's one of the top 5 most disrespectful things I've ever seen in my life. And I forgot about the scene. And whoever sent that to you, congratulations to them, because I had totally forgot about how disrespectful Cuddy was.
Yo, and then the director too is drawn too with him licking the lollipop all in dude's woman's face like that. Like, come on, dog.
I wanted the screen pause into the screen the whole time. I'm looking at the
and then he gonna talk about some. How's my girl? The language is even disrespectful. How's my girl?
So I think Clifton Powell is a pretty good actor, but I got beef with Clifton Powell. So many of his roles, from Chauncey and
Chauncey, another dude that got done dirty.
Well, Chauncey did himself dirty.
Chauncey was foul. Chauncey was trying to step on man's toes, try to steal his yams.
He snitched.
Over just because he couldn't get the yams.
Couldn't get the Jada.
Look at her. Look at her being problematic in another whole nother flip.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, but go ahead though.
All right, let's say what's up to the people. What's up, Jarrell?
What's up, bro?
Dr. Chaz is in the building. What up, Doc?
Hey.
All right, Diamond Dave's in the building.
Diamond
Dave,
Dave,
what's going on, Dave?
What up? Now, J Sim 7 says, but nobody ever gets canceled for using the R word.
I mean, he ain't wrong.
I mean, this goes back to my R comments earlier today that Jimmy's trying to hold me accountable for.
It's not about hold you accountable for. I'm just saying, like, you need to know that a lot of people are going to be very upset about that. Like, for me personally, I'm not upset about it because I understand the context that you were using.
I know what your intent was, but it was just funny because I literally had just cut it on, and I'm like, oh, let me sit and watch this. And the first sentence, and then they're like, yo, you know you can't say that. I was like, hold up, how the first sentence you let her go? But anyway, go ahead, man.
Hey, man, you know. All right, Nicole says, I tuned into the show this morning. I must have missed it. All right, I'm going to play a little bit of it in a minute. What up, Jigga? Anthony, what up? Jim read my mind. What is really the community and the culture? Because online is a whole different space than on the block. That's a fact.
So,
IRL is something real different than on these social media streets.
Man, I was just saying that when we was out Saturday, bro, and that's another thing that had me thinking about it, because we was in the community on Saturday, and I was looking at the people, and I was like, damn, like they need help, bro. They need a lot of help.
Jimmy's true passion is WCP.
Damn.
I think that is a fact. And if y'all don't know what WCP is, go back and look at some past episodes.
I'm just gonna laugh at that, man.
What up, Dre? How you doing?
What up, Dre?
Dre says passion, real estate, Bitcoin, dirty memes, his new book, and West Coast Productions.
Yo,
Shout out to Dre.
Y'all treat me like I'm an OG gooner out here, man.
You only a notch below Jim Jones, man.
Damn. Whoa. You call him an old YN? That's wild.
No. See, that's how I know Kamari's out of touch. That's not the gooner I'm speaking of.
I know what you're talking about. All right, so Nicole says Nas was probably better.
I mean, Nas' show was.
I didn't see it, so I wasn't privileged nor rich enough to get the tickets.
Nas show was fire, but you know the one thing I thought of, because again he had a live orchestra, which is just like think about the songs with Illmatic, the lush, beautiful songs with Illmatic, and he had an orchestra. But I was sitting there thinking, and I know I'll never get to witness this, but Ether would have went crazy with the orchestra, bro.
Yeah, he couldn't do it.
I mean, he doesn't perform it anymore, and I understand it. It was the time; it's over with. They cool, I get it. But I was just thinking about. Listen, Nas is so grown now, by the way, that Nas don't even use cuss words in his joints no more. I felt offended. The only time he used a cuss word is when he did "Life's a Bitch." Outside of that, he removed all the B's, the N's. He removed them from the song, and I was like, "Yo, yeah." I mean, yeah, he's in a whole different space right now, man.
That's great.
Yeah, that's real grown up.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all favorite not Jalen Rain. Listen, shout out to Jalen Rain.
Jalen Rain is the top 5 R&B artist in the world right now. The top 5 R&B albums this year are probably, well, I can tell you 2. One is the Jalen Rain album. The other one is Giveon. Giveon's album is phenomenal.
Okay. All right, Dave says Luther Christmas album is cold.
Luther's cold, period, though. Luther can sing the phone book.
But,
I mean,
his catalog is, like I said, like 85% remakes.
Superstar is definitely a top 5 Luther song. Also remake.
Do me a favor. Who made Superstar first? Who wrote Superstar?
Delaney and Bonnie.
Who the hell is Delaney and Bonnie?
The people that wrote the song Superstar.
They wrote it or they performed it?
Both. By the way, I'm gonna tell you some Luther remakes real quick, Kamari. A House Is Not a Home.
I knew that.
Which is Dionne Warwick. If This World Were Mine. Right?
I knew that. That's classic right there.
All right. Since I Lost My Baby.
That's known. Yeah.
The Superstar.
I didn't know about Superstar. I just said that.
If Only for One Night.
I didn't know that.
That's Dionne Warwick.
That's a Brenda Russell song.
Brenda Russell.
But Brenda Russell got some.
Oh no, she definitely did. Her pen is
crazy slaps.
Creepin' is a remake. It's a Stevie song.
I didn't know that.
Oh, no, yeah, that's one of Stevie's jam. That's on Songs from the Key of Life, I think it is. But
Creepin'.
Yeah, Creepin' is a Stevie song.
That is a Stevie song.
Also, Until You Come Back to Me, that's what I'm going to do.
I think I knew that.
Yep. Love Won't Let You Wait.
That is definitely a remake.
That's like a 60s song.
Always and Forever.
Yeah, that's Heat Wave.
So Amazing. So Amazing, by the way, is a Dionne Warwick song.
I
mean, he sung with her first, so I'm not surprised. I'm
just saying, like Luke again.
No, listen,
he's one of the greatest voices of all time, but he remade
so many. It's a joke about it. Have you ever seen it? By the way, it's actually a documentary on Dionne Warwick. But if you watch it, she talks about how much he loves him and also how much money that he made her. She was like, I love it, but I hate it. She was like, the reason I love it is because they're so close friends and she makes a lot of money. She says, I hate it because once he does it, it's not mine no more. She was like, once Luther remakes my song, they his songs. And
so who wrote Bad Boy?
Let's see.
And while we're doing that, Rock Notches, what up? Khan's in the building, what up? Okay, Khan's on the Luther slander train.
It's not a slander. It's not a slander.
This is not slander.
The man's dead.
This is
the man's dead. All right, Anthony says, sidebar, my favorite Luther Vandross song is So Amazing.
Luther is the king of ballads, but never too much is like, it's just, I don't know. That might be the greatest up tempo R&B song of all time.
I think it's so perfectly written. Like when you listen to the actual words, crazy.
Yeah, he be
The
going
melody
crazy.
is not. That's just nuts. It's the perfect song.
But you disrespected Mike.
I felt that in my spirit when I said it. I kind of felt that, but I already started it. I was already committed to saying it, but I did feel that in my spirit core. I definitely felt that in my spirit.
All right, so Jigga says, how the three of you manage fam and friends labeling you as an outlier or nerd for reading books and being active in the stock credit, I'm not active in credit, LLC space, and now they're the experts via 30-second TikTok clips. Oh, I got what you're saying.
That's a great question. Go ahead, Kamar. You go answer that.
No. I misread what he was saying about the credit. He's talking about, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Jimmy and Corey have had to talk me off a ledge several times from crashing out.
So for me, Jamil, it's funny. Me, Kamar, and Corey be having some great conversations before we come on. But one of the things we were talking about is I was telling him about my favorite quote from Earl Simmons, aka DMX, in which he says that I don't distrust anyone. I trust everybody to be exactly who they are. And Kamari was telling me how we're talking about. Most of those family and friends, what I've learned to do is to create my own village, right? Which encompasses some of you guys that are actually watching us live now. So I don't get upset at those things because it's only so long fake thugs can pretend. Because when they go down this rabbit hole of taking advice on TikTok, first of all, I know they're not going to be disciplined, right? I know they're not going to be consistent. So even if the advice on TikTok is good, most of the time it's bad, but even if it's good, it's not going to matter, right? I went through the phase of trying to save everybody, trying to help the people that are family or closest to me, but I don't even do that anymore, right? I was sharing with and I've shared this before. Like even you look at our camp, right? If I look at our camp and we've put this work in so much, and people have gotten so much value from it, and we've literally got emails, messages, and how we change people's lives.
Hey Jim, did you move your mic?
No, I didn't.
You sound a little muffled.
I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. But anyway,
there you go.
But my beard probably got in the way. But what I was saying is, if you look through our camp, I got plenty of family who have kids that age, and none of them were there. Doesn't upset me though. Doesn't upset me. So even when it comes to like family, friends, and that kind of stuff, like listen, I love what I love. The only thing you could do in this world is be yourself. So if people don't like you for being yourself, then what my man saying, house party, F them. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. F them up against the wall, crazy glue their lips. Like the bottom line is, I wouldn't fake the funk just to be with the family and friends because that's not who you are. Like I've been to family events where I got they talking about smoking and drinking and doing all the stuff that I'm not into. I just like peace, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Peace. May peace be upon you. I'm out of here. God bless. So expect people to be who they are, Jamil. Like don't get upset if that's the things you're into. Be into what you're into, man. And don't get upset when they follow the 30-second TikTok video because that's what people do.
So I don't know if I get the most, but I get a lot. So people send me stuff all the time. And it kind of wears down on me personally because it's like I've explained this same thing to you over and over and over again. But you don't want to do the knowledge. You don't want to do the research. You want a shortcut. You want a cheat code for the thing that there is no such thing as a cheat code. And so what I'm learning is just to model and just shut my mouth and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. If you want to know what I'm doing, I'm an open book. But if not, I love you.
I think the idea is to be consistent in whoever you are. Whoever you are, whatever you're into, whatever you do, you're consistent. One of the reasons I love Don so much is because Don's message, since I've met Don, it's been exactly the same.
Same message.
Same message about using the military, stacking his paper, practicing the fire movement. You know what I'm saying? Loving the $40 dates, even that's the other side. But what I'm saying is he's consistent in this. Good, bad, or indifferent, he's consistent. So if you're consistent about what you like or what's going to happen is, those folks will learn to either leave you alone, or they're going to come to you after they get burnt out from going to all them TikTok videos.
Yep. It's funny. So real quick, there was a guy who got a lot of crypto love. A lot of people asked me about him. And then come to find out, somebody called and asked me about him. I said, don't mess with it. About a year or two later, I found out they lost about 40 grand.
Mm.
Damn, I told you. And like that's the thing. I never want to tell you I told you so. Because to me, I think that's like kind of the anti-love, right?
No, it is.
I'm not trying to get off on you, right? But listen, we work hard for our money. I don't want to give nothing to these unscrupulous schemers. I was going to use the R word again, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to, right? But I don't want to give nothing to these dudes because they don't care. They're unscrupulous. But, you know, people do it because people are greedy. Fear and greed runs all markets. Stock market, trick market, car market, all markets. So, don't you understand that? Yeah, fear and greed. Fear and greed.
I gotta put some thought to that. Does fear and greed run a trick? I'm sorry, go ahead.
All right, so Jason says, but Corey, you have a proven track record of doing the work. He does. He does. All right, Nicole says she loves her supplement bottle.
Salute Nicole for supporting our sponsor and whatnot.
All right, Jimmy, show him your bottle.
I mean, listen, I'm saying it's right here, right next to me.
Okay.
You know, I sticking him up with the Bitcoin logo, but it's still the supplement bottle. That's
okay. But, you know, we got a live testimonial.
Yes, we do.
Nicole got that from us, and now she loves it. So listen, nothing we tell y'all is cat, man. It's all facts. All facts. All right. So Jarrell says, I think people be attached to fast cash with putting in minimum effort. So basically, they're in the R bus being lazy. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, you're practicing trollduggery, but it's okay.
I'm not. All right. So Miss Edie says, this scene is so disrespectful. Yeah, Cuddy is very disrespectful. Trick world. Jimmy is promoting supplement the same way Dame Dash was promoting Amadel vodka.
I'm not going to use my supplement bottle to pour any liquids on any young ladies, though. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, Lord.
Listen, he was wilding with the Armadale bottles in the Big Pimpin' video.
Yes, he was. Yes, he does. All right, and what's the Huff and Puff for? What we do? What we done did?
I think that was the Cuddy video.
Oh, well, it might have been. Which one of y'all brought that up this morning? All right, so Miss Edie says, should she not taking the money? No, she shouldn't have. But she could have played that differently too, though.
She could have cut that conversation short. She could have rolled her window up,
But you know, Cuddy, never mind.
She was letting boy get them darts off.
Never mind. Listen, man, so many problems, beefs, wars have been started because women love to keep nonsense going. Some women, not all women.
That's a little red pill.
I said some. I don't rock with red pill. Some of them be on our bus too. I don't rock with red pill.
Whoa.
That's why I had to correct my terminology.
Kamari is.
Yeah, he in his bag today, though. He in his bag.
Red pills be on the R bus, man. I'm sorry. She did boy dirty. Yes, she did.
Super dirty.
Yes, Nate and Cuddy are twins, right? We got that already. All right. Yes, all right. Andolph says yes. Cuddy tricked so Nate wouldn't simp. Totally disrespectful. All right. Nate wasn't used. He got exactly what he wanted. I mean, I agree, Miss Edie, but I'm outnumbered here. I'm tired of fighting that fight. All right, Nate gave you a choice. Cuddy is vicious and would have dealt with aggression. How do we know that, though? That wasn't any of the scenes.
I would have. No, he's saying he would have dealt with him with some aggression.
Yeah, Nate was a kind man.
Yeah, I would have gave Cuddy some a heat massage with some.
When the time came, Lorenz came up short. Right? The Ponzi schemes are not forced; it's a choice. A sucker is born every day. Sadly. Could have used bread. Nate used position, circumstances, and SAT fees.
SAT fees, man. SAT.
Oh, SAT, yes.
Yeah,
by the way, don't forget. The Bitcoin giveaway is today, y'all. Don't forget.
Yes, it is.
All right. So So we not gonna call that leverage? That's not disingenuous. What Nate was doing, y'all.
It was nothing. He didn't approach her. That's the whole difference. There was no approach.
Okay.
She approached him.
Big Bad Marine bringing home the groceries. Yeah, yeah. Cuddy was definitely very disrespectful.
See, Miss Edie caught my reference. Thank you, Miss Edie.
I heard him.
You know what I'm saying? I got, I'll be dropping these references, man. Somebody got to pick up with them.
This is a good question. What happened to the blooming flower? I don't know. I was wondering about that. I think I even asked that question.
How was the blooming flower?
Oh, you don't remember that?
Yeah, that was like during the pandemic. Everybody was doing them blooming.
It was called something else though.
I got off
the blooming flower. It was a remix of the Susu.
I got off some fire memes making fun of that.
It's called something else though. But I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Respect to the Earl Simmons bar.
Yeah, man, that was a bar, man. That stuck with me, pause, because like it's so true. You stop being disappointed by people once you understand. When you understand who a person is and you expect them to be that, then you're never disappointed.
Gotcha. All right, Pinky was that boy. Yes, he was. Pimpin' Pals typecast. I guess you got to get the bag the best way you can. Yes and no. I don't think he plays the same role every time. I think Cuddy is different than Chauncey is different than
But I get why she would say that.
Yeah, I do too.
Like the kind of pimpish, you know what I mean? Like street dude.
He wasn't Friday too, but he also he was in Brothers. That was probably my favorite role of him. I am still your father. Yeah, that was him. Christian Powell too.
Yep.
Now,
He's got range. The ball
he's super dope. Dope.
All right, Amor says, I thought the Forex get rich scheme train passed. I guess not. They just moving waves.
Mm-hmm.
They moving waves. They go down, they come back up. They go down, they come back up. All right, I love the Glow of Love sung by Luther. Right, I think that was a Switch song. Was a Switch. What was the group? Luther had 2 hit songs, but I can't remember who it was.
Yo, it's funny because Luther's voice was so amazing, no pun intended, that I don't think it's possible for him to sing anything terrible. Like you may not like the melody or whatever, but he had an instrument. Like it's just
Change. I'm sorry. That was Change. Yeah, I agree.
You said Change or Changing Faces?
No. Glow of Love was sung. The name of the group was called Change.
Oh, come on. I said don't front on Changing Faces though.
I mean, listen, a lot of Changing Faces songs were Aaliyah songs first.
Do you mind if I stroke you up? I don't mind.
He wants to do a concert for us, y'all.
No, that's Changing Faces. But by the way,
I know it's Changing Faces.
I mean, that's written by your guy though.
Your guy, your bestie.
Whoa,
yellow diamonds look like PP. All right, Miss Edie says Never Too Much was written and performed by Luther. Another favorite of mine. Yep. Listen, that to me, that nothing else matters. We get the Never Too Much. Nothing else matters. All right, distance yourself from disrespect.
That's what you got to do. Miss Edie is absolutely right. That is exactly what you got to do.
Oh, and that was a bar from this morning's show. Dr. Aaron said his pastor told him that the best recipe for disrespect is distance.
Man, that's a bar. Because like, once I realized that in life, like everything just made more sense. And a lot of times when you're younger, you don't have the ability to do that. But when you become an adult, and it's actually one of the reasons why I think that, I'm not going to use the term financial literacy. I think it's stupid. But the reason why you learn to be good at managing your money is because when you build up resources, you get to distance yourself from anything you don't want to be around. And that is power. Like, and sometimes that could actually be family. That's the crazy part. That could be family.
It could be family. It could be a job. It could be bad relationships. So many things. I mean, listen, how many sisters are in or get in relationships because they need financial support?
Man, how many dudes are homeless and they get with chicks they have no business with nor don't care about because they got to sleep on the couch somewhere?
Yeah. All right, Nicole says supplement also ships out for us. I got the 40-ounce bottle.
She got the big boy.
Okay.
Nicole walking around carrying a 40.
Literally.
Drinking on a 40, smoking on a blunt. La 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 la. All right, so Jigga says people see TikTok and want me to help them get business credit, but argue with me about PGs. Right, because most people don't realize you're not going to get business credit without a PG, at least to start off with.
First of all, for you and Jamil,
Uh-huh.
it's been rebranded. It's not business credit no more. It's business funding.
Okay, so learn about BTC, Bitcoin. won't read the white paper. It's funny. I told like 10 people in a week to read the white paper, and it was like, Kamar, I keep hearing you say that. Look it up. Matter of fact, just throw it in Chat GPT. Matter of fact, that's what we should do one show. Reading the
We should
Bitcoin.
do that every show, man. We should really show people how to like listen.
Well, I was talking about reading the white paper.
I'm talking about period though. Like
Corey, there's no point. You're wasting your time. People in 2025 still don't know how to Google things. I've literally seen 2 adults having full-fledged arguments on something they could have Googled and just settled whatever they were talking about within 10 seconds.
Right? Get a 780 but neglect profile because TikTok said so.
So you know what I do, Corey? I distance myself. Distancing yourself is the greatest thing ever, yo.
Hey, Miss Bowie. Stopping by during the halftime Cleveland versus what's
Carolina.
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 yeah, Shador putting on a show.
All right. And it says the rule of thumb in regards to Cuddy is simple. Don't embarrass me so I won't have to embarrass you. All right, we got a Cuddy fan. So are we adding Cuddy to
Nah,
the gang?
Nah, man.
I think it's David.
Nah.
It's not up to y'all. It is not up to y'all. It's up to the people. I
think that Nate is closer to Dr. King than Cuddy is to Nate. I'm not comparing them. It's not what I'm doing. Hear what I said. Hear what I said.
Why even mention it? Come on.
Hear what I said, though.
Don't ride the R bus, baby.
Hear what I said, though. You're not hearing what I'm saying. You're not doing the science, man.
I refuse to. I refuse.
You're not doing the science. I'm not comparing it to it.
Man.
I'm not comparing it to it. I'm not saying that he's like him. I'm saying he's closer to him than Cuddy is to Nate. That's all I'm saying. I'm just
Speaking of Fredro Star, Mr. Beat himself. Jimmy, have you seen the meme rolling around with Fredro talking about Onyx encouraged Michael Jordan to get a baldy?
Well, that's what Do the Knowledge actually came from. That's where it came from.
I looked at him different after that.
I mean,
all right, Miss Mouse says your door is playing. All right. All right, Kamari was changed featuring Luther. Yes. They got 2 songs, Glow and Love, and it was another one that was really popular.
I'm gonna tell you this though. Onyx was the hottest thing on the streets for about 18 months, man.
Onyx, it's time to get live. All right.
And they built nice careers off of that.
Yeah, because they can still perform and tour to this day. All right, so Ms. Maui says Shador's playing great, 2 TDs so far.
Yeah, they out here.
Listen, I give the young man credit because I tell you one thing. I was watching The Walk-In. He had more cameras. It looked like Michael Jackson at the Super Bowl. The amount of cameras and the attention he had, so it's probably gonna be like that all season. But it's to see him still perform well. It's kind of dope, man. Salute to him, man.
They praying on his downfall.
And it's funny because like Black Twitter, or the whole Black Twitter that adopted him is like almost a son. Like they throwing a party right now.
All right, 11, 18, 103 yards. Okay.
It's funny with our community. I'm saying it's like, and generally speaking, our community a lot of times like won't gather or come together to do certain things. But when we feel like one of us has been done dirty, we come together for that though. If we feel like one of us has been done dirty,
like OJ, or like R. Kelly,
or like whoever it may be, we'll jump behind. Like don't let us feel like one of us has done dirty. Like, if it's just something like random, like, hey,
listen, man, they was running around screaming free Diddy, and Diddy is a goon.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right, Anthony says, I am not a Cuddy fan, by the way. All right. Jarrell says, I want no association with Boy from the Way. He was going crazy. Wow. All right, Andy says, when I think of Onyx, I think of Q from Oisha.
Mo to the
All right, Jim is right. In the words of Roddy Piper, just when you think they have the answers, I change the questions. Most cats simply don't know how to ask Chat, Big G, or Gemini the right questions. I would agree.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do with that, y'all? I say eat good, live good, and mind your business.
What's the word for tonight, y'all? What's the word for tonight?
Distance
What we
yourself.
gonna do as far as our Bitcoin giveaway? What's the word?
Yeah,
gonna be for
you
tonight?
start getting that letter here. I just want to say one thing, man. My biggest takeaway from tonight's show, man, is something I'm going to steal. Distance yourself from disrespect. Yo, I love that. I forgot who I gotta quote that to, but you know that is.
Well, whoever Dr. Aaron's pastor is.
Salute to Dr. Aaron's pastor. Salute to Dr. Aaron, because I am stealing that. Distance yourself from disrespect is like that's a life lesson, man. Once you learn to do that, you know what I mean? Because a lot of that goes to ego, right? Our ego is such a problem that you ever see somebody.
I ain't gonna say the king, but I'm very, very good at that. I cut people off in a minute. Like y'all be talking about how I don't got no love for people and all that kind of stuff. I be cutting people off in a heartbeat.
No, I said it about Kamari. Kamari hates everybody.
No, it's not a hate. Well, Kamari doesn't hate everybody. That's not true. But once Kamari cuts you off, it ain't no coming back.
All right, so this is what they're talking about from this morning, right? So I'm going to try to find what Jimmy was talking about.
And I would ask Kamari, because y'all have experience. What are the grants I can get for the twins and stuff like that? That's what. But let's play the clip.
Okay.
Let's play
Days first.
Days first.
We about to put Jimmy on the summer jam screen, y'all.
I didn't see my part where I came up. Pause.
Go to college and graduate, do not work in the very field that they spent all that time majoring in, then there's something wrong, because that means 27% are actually successful. 27 on any test you can think of is failing. It's abject failure. But yet and still, that's the system. So you go in, you're 16, 17 years old, you sign off on student loans that you do not understand, but they won't give you that type of money to go get a car. They won't get you that type of money to start a business. They won't get you that type of money at 16, 17, 18 years old to go buy a house. Things that could actually help you in some way, shape, or form. And then you want to talk to me about how the information's out there. Well, we also know the information's out there on not smoking, not drinking and driving, not being an asshole, not being a rapist, this, that, and the third. So when you look at it from a macro level as opposed to a micro, well, it worked for me type of situation, you can understand that the fix was in before you were thought of.
All right. We go to Dr. Smith, and then we're going to go to Kamari on that comment. What do you think about that, Dr. Smith?
Well, the stats are true. The numbers are fairly accurate. And I'm sure it hasn't changed much since whenever he said that. I talk to students often about pursuing their passions, even if they just take a minor, as a result of those realities that, a lot of people don't end up where they want to be. Like telling people that play ball, everybody don't go to the NFL. So let's make sure we got some backup plans and that we're following our heart in the process, so we don't feel like we betrayed ourselves and that we're not prepared in the event of something, happening a little different than what we expected.
Kamari.
Good morning.
Good morning. First of all, my bad. Good morning. It's mindless distraction Fridays. I don't know how we got onto this, but we got onto it. So let's go.
Y'all felt my energy. Y'all needed some seriousness.
No, we don't. But go ahead. Go get it. Get it.
So listen, I just talked about this. I talk about this often, right? Mike, I think you're spot on. It's what people do with it. Here's the thing now. When we're in a society where most of the jobs and most of the things that craft society require college degrees, but our community is screaming, don't get a college degree, it's kind of retarded to me. And again, I would agree. I went to school late. I don't think fresh out of high school should go straight to school. I don't think they're old enough to understand what's going on, what their passions are, like Fearless just said, how to really maximize it. But I also just interviewed a young lady who got $1 million in scholarships in her high school year, in her senior year in high school. So there are things. She got so much money that she was able to buy a house when she graduated college, and we're not maximizing the opportunity. And I also find it really, really interesting that the people who have been called the dummies, the uncouth, the primates, but are the most genius, are being dissuaded from going to the institutions of higher learning. I find that really interesting.
And you can't say the R word as a slur now.
We here. We here. He said retarded. Let him say retarded.
No, you can't. You can't. You can't.
Listen,
He made it in a good way. He made it in a good way.
I didn't get
I know what he meant.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that in my business. I didn't get that.
That was a hook from a rap song, right? Get.
So, you know, I don't know why we put so much energy in this. I mean, I know why. It's the same reason why I was talking about the lady yesterday. We found these sound bites. We latch onto them. We want clicks and likes. We play with people's feelings and manipulate them. Y'all understand the media game, just like Dave understands the media game. But what value is really being delivered? So that's my question to it all.
And we have, speaking of sound bites, we have one of you, Kamar. We actually have we have a sound bite of you. And we're gonna manipulate it.
So
we're gonna manipulate the fuck out of it. That's what we're gonna do. Yes.
AI, we're gonna AI the situation.
Oh damn.
And Dog said, except tech is the last frontier of no degrees needed in six-figure bound. I'm a living testament. What would be except tech? That's politically incorrect though. Like what tech jobs? Put some tech jobs up there. Is that what an electrician wouldn't be a tech job, would it? That wouldn't be a tech job.
No, but so I'm a former tech guy as well. I used to be a network engineer. I was Microsoft certified. So you can still do that. You can become A+ certified. A lot of these prompting engineers for AI. What was the one with Meta's guy? What's Meta's guy? Zuckerberg. Offered this guy like $250,000 for pay. I'm trying to get Jimmy start, y'all. I'm going to get a shot. There you go, and data engineering. There's a lot.
I didn't know I had a part.
There's a lot that doesn't require a degree. Like but I will say this, and data has shown that racism is still present there. And so when you're at the lower rungs in terms of education, while you can make some decent money, you usually don't get to the upper echelons of the earning opportunity.
They need to bring back trade schools. Did you
get like what Asha said, that the trades was something that was a big deal when we was growing up. You can either go to college, you could take a trade, like that was your option. It was
Lincoln
like
Tech. I remember them Lincoln Tech.
We definitely need tech. Listen, I know plumbers that take down $350 a year, easy. I know electricians that take down $500,000 a year, easy.
Yeah, true.
You got Kamari's clip.
Oh, you want to play? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, right? Because this whole argument about college. Now, I think that the way we approach college definitely should be looked at. But just overarching saying we shouldn't send our kids to college to me is wild. Because we seem to be the only community like yelling that from the top of our lungs. But the data shows that 88% of all millionaires have a college degree. And that includes Kamari.
88 was a great year.
So yeah.
So shout out to Jimmy. Jimmy's my partner. We do a lot of content together. We just ran a camp. We do a lot of work in the community to help our people understand money. So Jimmy, you got to stop doing that. I learned a new term today.
Let's stop what?
Slander my name out in the streets. You gonna get me wrenched?
Oh, I'm gonna get you wrenched. What's going? Got you. Joking about how much money you got. Listen, everybody know you got bread. Everybody know you got bread. But
see, there you go. I'm telling you, I'm fearing for my life.
I got you, bro.
Get wrenched.
I got you. I'll pass you the UWAP. But here's what I will tell you though. What you gotta do, you gotta stop using derogatory terms on the internet. That's gonna get you in trouble.
How is it gonna get me in trouble? Listen, man, I'm gonna be the same. I'm the same in person as I am online. Y'all can
but you living in 2012, man.
Bro. I was born in the 70s.
Listen, man, what I will tell you is I read a book once. It told me there's an actual case for cancel culture.
I mean, there's a book for that.
Yes, it is. Shout out to Ernest too, man. Yo, shout out to Ernest. He was just on the Shade Room, by the way. I was dying. Someone sent me a clip. I'm on Instagram. Someone sent me a clip, and Ernest is in the Shade Room. So I thought that was pretty cool.
In the context in which I said it was not a slur, so all right.
You sound like Hulk Hogan when he talked about using the N-word.
No, I am not. Stop it.
He said it wasn't. He wasn't being mean.
I said you just said it better than me.
He said it was him showing love. That's my N-word.
Stop it. Don't even do that to me, Jimmy. You're wrong. You are totally wrong. Stop it. You said the same thing I said. We're the only people out here screaming that we shouldn't go to college.
Oh
We're
yeah.
we're in last place. So why are we doing that? That is retarded. I'm sorry. That's our bus terminology.
Yo,
Yo,
come
yo.
on,
All
come
right,
on, bro.
man. Let it go, man.
I'm not listen.
Let it go, man.
No, listen.
Listen.
Why?
And I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it from a different perspective.
Okay, so that makes sense for us.
I'm gonna say it from a different perspective. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why it's considered a slur, right? I have children on the spectrum, right? And that word is used. Listen to me, Kamari.
I'm listening.
I have children on the spectrum,
right?
And so that word is used as a slur for children on the spectrum. And so when you use that term, regardless of how, it's just like saying the F word to the gay community. It's the same thing. You
So
can't
hold on. All right, so educate me on this, because I have never heard a child being called the R word, right?
Oh man,
I've not. I've heard the F word for the gay community, but right, I've only heard the R word being used for people when they're not using their brains to think about things.
Well, this is but that's not how the general population using it. And as a person who with children on the spectrum, I'm telling you, this is why the R word is such a word that has a negative connotation to a whole community, especially parents. If you say that word around parents with children on the spectrum, not me personally, because I know my children aren't what you just said. But what I'm saying is, personally, they're going to attack you. And I'm not talking about physically. They're going to fully come after you and attack you.
I would never call your children R word.
But that's not the point. Just like you wouldn't call a gay person an F word no time.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but
that's the whole so that is the same.
I guess my thing is, when someone is telling you that this is they're taking offense to this, it's like, just believe them. Like,
I'm not taking personal offense to it.
I'm not saying you are, Cor. I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying in general. Like, it's the reason why when you said it on that show, the dude was like, "Yo, you can't say that." Like,
no, so Jay does that just to stir trouble.
But he's right though. He's not wrong.
But it takes away from the overall point though. So it's a distraction, in my opinion. But I hear you, Cor.
No, I'm just telling you why it's considered a slur.
Gotcha.
I'm telling you why. I'm not saying, listen, you a grown man, you're gonna do what you want to do. But I'm just telling you.
Listen.
Look at Nicole. Look at Nicole's last comment.
Where are we at? All right, Nicole.
The very last comment we got.
All right. The R word is a slur.
The comment after that, this one.
All right. I almost got into a fight at my brother's house because someone used the R word concerning my right. I would never do that.
I understand that, right? So that's like so I guess the equivalent, and hear me out. The equivalent is you would never directly call someone who was gay like, "Yo, you're an F word," right? But the equivalent is you just using the F word in conversation, like about someone not even dealing with their sexuality. Like, "Yo, boy was stupid. He's acting like a F word." The way it was used in the hood when we came up.
Right.
But the fact is, we don't use that word anymore because we understand how it makes a certain community feel.
All right, Ms. Edie says, and I'm going to get to the rest of the comments, y'all. So I'm getting the education now. All right, so the R word is negative, but not only for children on the spectrum. The term was used in the past. The term mental retardation was in the DSM-4 years ago. Okay.
4, 5, all that. But the thing about it is, again, is that there's a whole community that finds it offensive. Just be careful what you say, man.
All right, Andy says Kamari is using the R word like he was being baited by Piers Morgan in his interview.
So to answer your question though, Kamari, in terms of why we do that, right? I took a class years ago.
Why we do what, Jim?
When you were asking a question and you said that which brought up you using the R word, when you said that the way we treat our kids about the whole college thing, why do we do it? It's you said it's the R word. But the reason that a lot of times people have that, and not everybody, right? I never will generalize. But I took a class years ago. It was a gentleman, I think his name was like Tom Ferry. He's like one of the foremost like sales trainers in the world. People pay this dude like millions of dollars to come give training. And I think I was working for, Keller Williams at the time. So anyway, I was in an event and he was speaking and he said something that I never forgot. He was teaching marketing and he said, how you communicate to someone is by literally telling them that whatever their struggle is, whatever they're dealing with, and that they're having problems with, whatever that is. And again, this is a real estate trading. Whatever that problem is, you tell them that it's not their fault. Once you can communicate effectively that whatever their issue is not their fault, and they buy into it, he said, you got them. You can sell them whatever it is you want to sell them, right? And I say that because a lot of times within our community, these things that we're telling our folks we shouldn't do that is because we're using that same approach. People are telling us that it's not your fault that you're not ahead. It's because too many of you are going to college and you can just do this. Da, 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 da. Like even the idea of a trade school, all of these things, you still take discipline, consistency, and the will to do it. I could say go to a trade school, but if you're not willing to put in the work to go through that trade school,
it don't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Habits.
Listen, I watched a video today of my favorite coach in all of professional sports, who is Mike Tomlin, by the way. I listen to Mike Tomlin talk, and I want to run through a brick wall, and I haven't played football in 20 plus years, but I feel like when I hear him speak, I feel like I can go out there and compete like today. I know I can't, but Mike Tomlin was giving a speech that I saw go, it went viral today on Twitter. And he was asking these kids, he was like, who can run? Who can jump? How, all you guys got great 40 times, and they all raised their hand. He said, and I don't care about none of it because none of it matters. He was like, he said, what you're capable of doing doesn't matter. What matters is what you're willing to do. Right. And that's hard. Yeah, that's Mike Tomlin. I can't take credit for that. But I jumped up from the couch when I heard him say that. Like, let's go, coach. Like, who you want me to hit? But anyway, but the point is, the same thing applies whether it's college, whether it's trade school, whether it's going to get your cert from Microsoft, as Kamari talked about. All these different things still require you to have the will to want to do it. And if you don't have the will to want to do any of these things, it kind of doesn't matter. So it's an easy talking point to say we shouldn't do a lot of these things. But again, what does the data say?
So basically what you just said there, what I got is people are using sales tactics to sell something to us, and they really don't have good intentions.
I can't speak to anybody's intentions. People are trying to sell stuff, right? Because the other thing is, all salesmen aren't necessarily bad people, right?
No, not at all.
When you met your spouse, you probably were selling something. You were selling yourself.
Nate was selling, so
Actually, Stoney was selling.
Nate didn't approach her. Stoney was selling.
Nate was the customer.
Nate he approached first, but
Nate was a custody. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
All right, so hold on, New Ramen. Thank you. All right, we'll come right back to that question in a minute. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying Nate was a custody. You know what I'm saying? He paid for a service. He got a service, and he delivered good. Consideration, it's not a contract until there's consideration. So that was a business transaction. But Nate was a custody.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, we're gonna come right back to that. All right, Luther, Cuddy. And by the way, we get ready for the Bitcoin giveaway, everybody. So is Luther going to be the word? Is that the hashtag? Jay Sims put it out there early. Luther. Hashtag Luther. Is that what it is? I wouldn't advise it, but let Jimmy give his opinion.
In the black community, we spell it Loofa. You got Luther and you got Lufa.
Luther and Lufa.
Mm-hmm. So Vlad asked Will Mills, who was the most successful rapper turned actors, and he didn't mention Fredro or Sticky. Their catalog wasn't even respected as second-gen pioneers in that lane, TV or movies. People forget about them.
Yeah, they were all over the place.
It's time to get live. All right, leverage, hashtag Madoff, hashtag Cuddy. All right, pick one, Jarrell. Come on. Pick one and stick to it.
I like Jiggers. Jiggers is hashtag Ponzi.
Jigger.
All right, and it says, I agree with Jimmy in regards to how we really rally behind our people when they are mistreated. Keep in mind, most black folks' favorite boxer was Floyd Mayweather. We just rally behind him to do the hate.
The folks hated him.
Well, yeah, I'll save my comments for that another time.
I mean, Floyd was a master marketer. You can say what you want to say about Floyd, but I watched Pretty Boy Floyd and I watched Money May.
I think he is a master marketer. Listen, throwing the money away. A lot of Floyd's fights were against Mexicans or Latinos. That was a marketing strategy as well, but nobody talks about that.
He always used to fight on Cinco de Mayo. So that's why he would fight them on Cinco de Mayo.
Shout out to Uncle Roger, man. Uncle Roger started that, man.
And listen, Uncle Roger is a G. But race is inherent in boxing. Nobody was in sports in general, but yeah.
Race is. I'm about to say, yeah, it's inherent in all sports. The reason the NBA is the NBA is because of Magic and Bird. That catapulted the league to a different place because it was based on. Look at what's going on in WNBA now, right? They're having their moment.
They always use that, right?
Yeah, that's just what it is, man.
Yeah. But I just feel like the Jack Johnsons, all those old school fights, it was always a racial dynamic.
I mean, because Jack was bedding a women.
Well, they all were, but yeah.
No, but Jack was blatant about it.
Purposely.
He was driving across state lines with him. I know, and it's convertible. I know. All right, Billionaire Britain, what's up, brother?
Bullion.
All right, we got that. We got that. Yeah, I don't like the ninja word. All right. I hear y'all.
I appreciate you guys on educating my brother this evening.
I told my son to not go to college. One of the reasons is that he barely passed high school. I think some parents send their children to college knowing they are not going to put in the work to stay there. My son joined the Navy and owned a home at 20. Listen, I'm not saying every child should go to college. What I am saying, though, is that the children who are most often overlooked for their brilliance are Black children. And oftentimes we don't encourage them to go to college.
I think self-awareness is key. And I think that the thing is, you knew your son, right? So you knew how to guide him and put him in the right space, right? Which ended up being the military. But I do know this too, though. And I've seen this in Philadelphia specifically, where kids will get sent to college, even though they're not necessarily college material, but it kind of saves their lives. Because what college does, forget the classroom, college opens you up to people who would, it opens you up to people who are doing other things and people who may motivate you. You never know what you may find. But with that being said, though, that's why my thing is everybody shouldn't go, but it shouldn't be a thing where everybody shouldn't go either. It's like, you got to know yourself, but also the way we pay for it. Like Kamari talked about someone getting millions of dollars. Like we have to look at how we're financing it. Just flat out going and getting a FAFSA and all that other stuff is like, talk about like stressful. That was like the most stressful thing in my life, having to throw a fast out. That's it.
Fix your mic, Jimmy.
Oh, my bad.
Where's your clip on, man?
My bad. No, I'm not using that. This is actually a wired mic. It's just that,
I know, that's why I asked, where's your wireless one? All right, Jimmy, can you attack this, please?
All right. So New Rawman says, I'm thinking about taking equity out of my house to purchase Bitcoin. Thoughts? Well, I think that there's not a one-size-fits-all answer to this. I don't know how much equity you have. I don't know what's owed on your home. In terms of the equity you're taking out, how are you? By the way, anything I say here is not financial advice. It's for educational, informational purposes only. I'm just thinking out loud based on your question. The loan that you'll be taking out, how will you be paying that back, right? What is your time horizon? Because if you're doing that for, a 12 to 24 month period, I wouldn't do it. Now, if you are all in and you're looking at this from a long-term standpoint and you're willing to wait 10, 15 years, I would, I would do it. You're basically running a micro sailor play on a smaller scale. But what is your time frame? What's your time horizon? How much equity do you have in those payments that you'll be making? The reason it's a micro sailor strategy, because that's exactly what he does. But he makes the payments because he has a cash flowing business that just kicks off cash and allows him to do that.
Jimmy, everybody doesn't know who Michael Saylor is. So can you
Michael Saylor is the founder and CEO of what's known as Strategy, or when you online, you'll see MicroStrategy. They changed the name of Strategy. But they are a software company, a computer software company that at this point has become a Bitcoin company. But there's a cash flowing business there, which allows them to take leverage and consistently buy Bitcoin. Like they own a huge percentage of the overall Bitcoin. And as Bitcoin rises, the value of their corporation rises because of what they keep on their balance sheet. But the one thing that people miss every time they talk about, I'm going to run a sailor play. A sailor has a cash flowing business to service the debt, right? So that's why it really boils down to everything that you have going on. One of the things about personal finance, and it's why I hate a lot of the information that you get online, is because when you go online, people try to give blanket advice, but there's so many different things you have to look at. What is your specific situation? If you can afford it, then that's one thing, right? Are you going to be over leveraged if you take out that debt? But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to take money out of bricks to then invest, because the fact of the matter is your property will appreciate whether the money is in the bricks or outside of the bricks. And it also has to be a personal situation. I saw a post today in one of my favorite groups, and it was like, paying off a home is stupid, right? Mathematically speaking, I understand where they're coming from. But the fact of the matter is there's another part outside of the mathematical part, which is the emotional part. There's psychology that comes into play when we're talking about finance, right? So some people enjoy the feeling of having a paid off home, and also they enjoy the feeling of not owing someone because they're looking at it from a different standpoint, right? I was speaking to our sister Rachel when she came to the camp, and she made a statement that was kind of funny, but it was true.
You're muffled again, Jim.
All right, my bad. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
When I was speaking with Rachel, Rachel made a statement that was absolutely true, but it's her perspective and how she looks at things. So Rachel has paid off all of her debt, including her mortgage, way early. And she knows that she could have used that money that she used to pay it off early to do other things. She said, but for her, she's like, I don't even care what my income is no more. She said, because I don't owe anybody anything. So whether I get up and do something or not, it doesn't matter because I don't owe anyone, including my home. So
And
whatever
so
money
it's
I
funny.
make is my money.
So it's funny. I was when that post. Rachel was actually when that post that Jim was referring to.
Mhm.
What I said was, we need to do a better job of factoring in the ROI of peace and quiet,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
peace of mind. Was what I said.
Yeah, man.
So,
Even when I see messaging and things online that I disagree with in the finance space, I learn to distance myself. Yeah. Distance yourself from disrespect.
there you go. All right. So the Rama said thank you. Guys, so hopefully that was helpful. But remember, personal finance is personal. So you have to do what's best for you.
And if you need help, New Ramen, if you want to need help, further, like a more one-on-one pause help or whatever, join the village, shoot us a message. And I've met with several folks from the village one-on-one that, and help them in different situations. So that is something that we do for the folks that are a part of our community. As an aside, before we start this Bitcoin giveaway, we've made a decision, about the Bitcoin giveaway because we want to consistently give away Bitcoin. But one of the things that we want to do is we want to make sure we're taking care of our folks. So in order to win the Bitcoin now, we're not asking you to email us. If you win, you have to send us an inbox in the village because the only way to send us an inbox is to be a member of the village. So if you're not a member of the village, and it doesn't even have to be a paid tier, it can be the free tier, but we want to make sure we're taking care of our folks. We don't want to give away like Bitcoin when we have a bunch of people who are supporting us, right? Who have joined our village. We want to give it to those folks. So how do they join the village, Kamari?
Go to blackwealthrebels.com, blackwealthrebels.com. I will put it up on the screen so you all do not forget it. But where is it? I lost it. That's not it. That's not it. That is not. But it's all roads lead to Black Wealth Rebels.
Yo.
All roads lead to Black Wealth Rebels.
So shout out to Neve who's in the chat, Miss Kinky Curls. Yo, I'm sending her a shout out because I was on her page the other day. She does balloon art. I learned that it's a whole subculture out there of people who do like amazing things with balloons. I learned that from her, and I was in complete shock. Like, hold up, it's a whole subculture. Like they be like making full-fledged featured animals and whole houses. All out of like it's a thing. I didn't know that, So shout out to her for that. Learn something new online all the time.
Listen, art and creativity are everywhere.
You know what's crazy? I found out about that. My son had a birthday party, and one of the people that came, like we had got like it was like a Superman act, not a Superman. What's the kid joined Power Ranger, like a Power Ranger actor and something like. And one of the people who came was the person who does like the balloon art jump.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, like every kid was happy. Like all the kids was rotating to all the stations that we had for the birthday party, but the balloon art person, like every kid came back like 6 times. Like
so I ended up going down a rabbit hole, right? And what I realized is there's so many like different cultures and things out there that we just don't know about. And all of those cultures have like their own people who are like superstars. Like in the grand scheme of things, they can walk in the room, we don't know who they are, but in their little space, they're like the Michael Jordan of that space.
I don't know if dude was Michael Jordan, but he was popular as hell that day.
Oh, listen, that's dope though. That's dope.
For that moment at that time, he was MJ.
Yeah, that's a skill set.
I was like, damn.
Yeah. So Boom Bap asked a question. where are all the chats and conversations going on for the village? So that's a great question. So we just set up a general chat for everybody who's a member. There's also other chats, but I did see your question. I was actually going to respond to you this weekend, Boom. I saw your question in there too, because you were asking specifically about the book club and all that. The book club is still something that we're flushing out in terms of how to do it. Jarrell has said that he will step up and run it for us. And maybe if you want to help as well, because we're trying to get those things started. So the thing about the village is it's in constant motion. We're building it out now. The most active chat right now is a lot of our trading stuff. A lot of us do trade, and we put Dina's in there. I'm in there. I guess a lot of us that trade are putting information in there. But we're going to get more active. I'm trying to get Kamari and Corey to be in there, going crazy every day too.
Well, you will see me in there more often because again, I'm trying to, my community work, our community work as Black Wealth Rebels. I need that to make sense for everybody.
Hey, listen, man. He said, "If worst comes to worst, my people come first." So, boom, bap. This to stay engaged because we're going to get that more organized. We're working on setting up kind of an introduction to how to navigate your way through the village. More content will be in there. I'm actually doing some classes that I'm just going to post back there that only the village will get. So, it's a lot going on.
A whole lot. All right, another touchdown. Shador's
Let's get it. Nicole, whatever you need, I got you.
All right. My homegirl used to make $750 to $1,000 for 3 hours of twisting and face painting.
See, that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, listen, we paid a grip for that party, bro. I can tell you that is not a lie. That is not a lie.
All right, so what we got? What we got for the hashtag? We got Lufa. I know I saw a couple other joints.
Ponzi. Luther. Remember, y'all, if y'all win, y'all gotta send the message in the village.
I like both of those, Luther and Ponzi, because that's what we was talking about. I like Ponzi better because that goes more along with the topic of the show.
DFD, distance from disrespect. You know I'm all about that life. I'm about to make that a t-shirt, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to make that a shirt. That's hard. Pause.
All right, so we doing Ponzi or we doing hashtag DFD?
DFD is dope too.
Plus it's short. Plus ain't nobody gonna mess that up.
DFD. Let's do DFD.
There it is.
I gotta go back and watch that video and take that clip out and share that clip.
Okay.
I listen. I'm still in that. Kamari, the video I saw on YouTube, I was going to send you earlier too. It was T.I. and Killer Mike. They did a compilation on T.I.'s channel of the various conversations that T.I. and Killer Mike had about money. So I was going to send that to you. I'm pretty sure we can get all kinds of stuff from there.
Oh yeah.
Also, while folks are signing up, because I see people putting their DFD in there, I watched 2 interviews this week. One of them was I watched the Breakfast Club interview with Wendell Pierce, man. And
Wendell was a G.
I bang with Boy Pauls. Like I was watching it, I was like, yo, he was dropping some gems in that joint.
Man, open supermarkets in his hood in New Orleans. Like
yes,
one of the first doing that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He on the same wave I'm on, man. You gotta feed people, man.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, you got. So I don't disagree, Core. I don't disagree, but I also believe, like looking at all of the lessons that we saw our elders go through, one of the things that they didn't do was make sure that they were there for their families, and their families kind of, I don't want to say fell apart.
They suffered.
They suffered, right? And so our very first duty is to our family, period.
But I'm gonna.
Go ahead, Jim.
I was going to go ahead. Finish your thought. I don't want to come mess your thought.
No. But and that's not to take away from any of the contributions that King, Medgar Evers, because a lot of people don't forgot about that Medgar Evers, and Max King, right? All of those things, they made massive contributions, but man, their families suffered.
So that's the risk I was talking about, though.
Oh, I know.
So the thing about this is that there is, so it's individualism versus collectivism, right? And both of them are needed, right? You need to be alive to do the things that you want to do, right? You can't do it from from the grave. But also, nothing gets done without the collective. So my thing is that's a time-consuming endeavor. So if the only way they were able to do it is because their families, their wives, their immediate circles was supporting them.
So I think what Kamari is saying is that all those things are great, but we got to think out of a different strategy. From a strategy standpoint, maybe we need to get away from that and do something different. Not that the work shouldn't be done, but we need to come up with a different strategy.
And so, Core, I would say, right. So my mentor told me that, in order to have a great group, you got to have strong individuals. In order to have a strong individuals, you got to have strong groups. So it's kind of both at the same time. And so we have to make sure that we are strong individually, so we can stand on our own and be able to weather any storm. Because if the worst thing were to come, how will our family be? Will they be able to survive? And I do think the greatest responsibility for a man is to make sure, and a woman too, not trying to take that away from the sisters, but for a man is to make sure his family's good or as good as possible. So you got to think about those things. In my opinion.
I just want to share this with y'all because it was so profound when he said it that I went back to rewind the video and wrote it down. And this is the Wendell Pierce interview. He was talking about the fact that he's always taking action. To Kamari's point, he talked about doing the grocery store. He talked about a couple of other things that he did in the community. And he said he gets tired of people always complaining. And he said the price you have to pay for complaining is to bring a solution.
The price you have to pay for complaining is what?
To bring a solution.
The price you pay for complaining is to bring a solution.
Oh man, I'm with that.
I knew you would be.
1,000%.
I knew you would be. If you're not bringing a solution, don't complain. Like the price the price you pay for complaining is to bring a solution.
What are you talking about if you ain't talking about solutions?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. The last thing I was going to say before I see people putting their DFD in. By the way,
yes, they are. We got 19 in. We need to go on. Give me one more.
Put your DFD in if you want to put in our giveaway. The last thing I'm gonna say is this. Another brother who, I don't really watch his content like that. Obviously, I know who he is because his content comes across my timeline because he goes viral all the time. But I watched his interview and I got a whole different level of respect. And I was like, I actually like this guy. Pause. But I watched the interview with Kev on stage.
Oh, Kev on stage is dope.
No, he's super dope. But I spend too much time in the niggaverse, so
You gotta put Jim on the lifeline so we can get out of the niggaverse.
Yeah, so sometimes y'all gotta share some more positive stuff with me. But I watched the interview and I was very impressed with the young man. I shouldn't call him a young man. But I was very impressed with him. And I was like, man, he's super dope though. So I just wanted to, give him a shout out.
But I also like what Kev on stage is doing with Ali Sadiq or Sadiq Ali. I might be saying his name wrong.
Yeah, Ali Sadiq.
And along with David Banner. Like they are doing some really powerful things.
It's a lot of young comedians working together now because they understand the power of collectivism. Like they already got their own brands, and when they work together, those brands they're melded, and then now you get to introduce new people, a new audience to you. You know what I mean? And on both sides. So what they're doing is building their own brands and then coming together to do long form skits and all of that kind of stuff. So
Big John, Country Wayne, and they reimagine what content looked like, and they're able to make money from that.
Not according to Faison.
Listen, man, Faison is the greatest hater ever. Don't call me a hater. Faison hates everybody.
He just told them they can't make no money off the internet, and them boys is making millions. I mean millions.
He don't believe them.
He don't have to believe them. They paying the IRS. The IRS know they making millions.
Yo, that Malice Faison bar was absolutely ridiculous. By the way,
it was.
I missed that.
The joint with he talked about Cuba. Hold on, I'm gonna get the bar for you that Malice said. I'm gonna tell you why it's absolutely ridiculous.
He was anyway. All right,
let's on FICO. We how many we got now, Kamari?
We got 20.
We got 20. But real quick, hold on one second. I want to show y'all something. All right, we got 20. We got 20. All right, give me 22, y'all. Give me 22.
No, man.
40.
Come on, man.
Y'all there.
He
Hold on,
said,
Corey. Hold on. I wanted to show y'all something. So our sister did something, and I think this went over the heads of a lot of people. And I want to see what y'all think about this as it relates to community, right? So our sister Markia did an awesome video, got a lot of traction, but I want to see what y'all have, and we'll come right back with the Bitcoin giveaway.
Everybody want to buy back the block to build community wealth, but nobody's building grocery stores or clinics or daycares or schools. All right, you flipped the house, cool, but where can Miss Pam go to get her blood pressure checked? Why do they got to catch 3 buses to get to the grocery store? If your play is just Airbnbs and rent hikes, that's not community wealth. That's just gentrification cosplaying as black excellence. Who said that? I mean, I'll be honest, the phrase came from a good place. Buy Back the Block started as a call to reclaim what was taken from us through redlining, disinvestment, eminent domain, just generational theft. And before y'all try to come and tell me that it don't exist, I would like to remind y'all that I was born and raised in Baltimore, which was the first city in America to implement legislation that directly prevented black people from being able to purchase homes in white neighborhoods, which is one of the reasons I'm so passionate about it. I don't know how, but somewhere between the think pieces and the closing costs, buying back the block has turned more into a hashtag or an Instagram caption than a movement. For all intents and purposes, it turned into a catchphrase. Now it's all about owning property, flipping houses, and flexing on your timeline. It's not about building anything sustainable. You can't say you're buying back the block when all you're doing is raising the rent on your own people. You bought a house, staged it, flipped it, and now thanks to some aesthetic photos, you're going to raise the rent $2,000 so that families who've been there for 30 years can't even afford to stay now? How is that freedom? Like, be fucking for real. And of course, you're only focused on the individual profit and not on the consequences this action will have on the entire community. Aunties getting priced out, kids gotta move in the middle of the school year because the lease isn't getting renewed because they wanna raise the rent and mom can't afford it. Neighborhoods very literally change overnight, and not because they got better, but because the people got pushed out. It's black investors, flippers, landlords, replicating the same extractive system. But it's okay because they black. When we say buying back the block, it should mean buying back function, not just the facade. Actual community wealth. This looks like affordable rental units for the families that already live here. Grocery stores people can actually get to. A daycare that doesn't cost someone's entire paycheck. Creating after-school programs to keep kids off the streets, keep them busy, keep them entertained, help them with homework, something. Buying back the block looks like reinvesting in the infrastructure of the community, not just rooftops and hardwood floors. Because property doesn't equal power if your neighbors are living paycheck to paycheck, with nowhere to go when they're sick or hungry or struggling. So the next time I hear somebody say, oh, I want to buy back the block, I'm going to ask you, do you really want to build community, or are you just trying to build equity? It's fine if your answer is the second one, but let's just stop pretending.
And so I wanted to share that because I was going to share it earlier and then I forgot. But what Corey said, listen, I'm honest. But what Corey said made me think about it, right? About community and about building community. I do feel that we have to reimagine it. Now, Marquia's piece, I loved it. It's not as linear as people want it to be. And every point of it is not going to be as perfectly able to be fit like affordable housing. I don't think there is affordable housing anymore. I don't know if it can be affordable housing because everybody's real estate and insurance costs are going through the roof. But what does it look like when people get together and, let's say, work together and share the cost of things and do things together? We don't have to do things the way they were done 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. We got the internet now. We have other things that we can do to reimagine what community looks like.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Markia, man. That's our sister. She's super dope.
And me and her on the same type of time. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it on that level, but I was. Like,
you her favorite now, Corey. So you know.
We are a lot alike, except for she's on the internet way than I more than I am.
She told Kamari that. She told Corey her favorite now. So I'm just putting it out there.
But did you see what she also said, Jimmy? Since you wanted to slander me, I know what you're doing.
I'm not slandering you. She said that.
You are. It's okay.
Shout out to Markia though. We shot a whole podcast with Markia. It's going to drop by like 2031. You know.
Nah, this should be out next week. He's trying to slander me again, y'all. Listen, man, I'm out here cutting trees and dealing with bed bugs and stuff. Jimmy don't understand my pain. He don't understand my sorrow.
Dog,
okay.
I just dealt with a mold issue today. That wasn't a mold issue. Like,
so you didn't deal with that. It wasn't
no. Hear me out though. Anyway, I want to get into my Tenant Chronicles. That could be a whole show called Tenant Chronicles, but
I got Landlord Chronicles.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep. But in all seriousness, like we have to now start really thinking about what community looks like. Because Jimmy said, what community? And that's real. Everybody ain't the same. Everybody don't want to go the same way. And that's
true.
Cool. And that's cool. Like Marquis just said, when you talk about buying back the block, are you talking about building equity or actually really building real community? Because they're different. They're different.
I ain't trying to build with everybody anyway, man, because some of y'all don't take showers. So I ain't trying to build with everybody, man. I want to build with like minds and people that are looking to do positive things for our people, man. So that's what it is.
All right. So we got 21. We are good to go. We're about to let her rip.
Listen, by the way, if you win, shoot an inbox in the village with your lightning address. How do you get your lightning address, you ask? I'm going to tell you. You go into Cash App, click on Bitcoin, hit receive. When you hit receive, it's going to bring up a QR code. You tap that QR code, and the QR code is going to say Bitcoin address or lightning address. Copy your lightning address, go into the village, shoot an inbox, say, here's my lightning address, and I will pay you this evening. I will literally pay you for the next 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? If you know. But you got to be here. You still got to be here, too. Greg is here now. Greg is here. Greg is here.
Does Greg have the most wins or the longest streak?
It's between Greg and Don, because Don went on a 2-year streak for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So it's between Greg and Don.
Every other week for like 2 years.
Also, man, I want to send a happy birthday to our sister Keisha, man, who's having a party tomorrow. I'm still trying to see if I can go, but shout out to Keisha, man, from Quick Abstract.
Okay, go get your boogie on, man. Go get your boogie on.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'll figure that out though. But I digress. So shout out to her.
Y'all see it.
Huh?
Y'all see it.
No, that's her boo, but not,
See, you didn't have to say that.
They everybody online. No, I mean they shared, it's not a hidden thing.
No, it's not hidden. It's not hidden. All right, so we are going to let it rip. We got 21 people in that said hashtag DFD. What does DFD stand for again, Jimmy? I forgot.
Distance yourself from disrespect.
Distance from disrespect.
Distance yourself from disrespect. That's our parting words for y'all this evening.
All right.
Y'all feel any level of disrespect? Y'all feel any level of just distance yourself? Just go that away.
So with the deuces. All right, good luck, everybody.
Good luck. Let's see who's the winner.
Oh, I thought Greg won.
Oh!
Congratulations.
Lorraine. Congratulations, Lorraine. I know you still here, Lorraine. I mean, unless she bounced on us for Shador.
No, she watching Shador.
Unless she bounced on us for Shador. Lorraine, are you still here?
That's right. Shout out to our favorite cousin. There we go.
Yeah. Marquis is super dope. And we going down there too. We going down Baltimore and pulling up and doing something down there.
I talked to her earlier this week. She was like, would you guys come? I said, yes, absolutely. Just let us know the time and place.
You want to give me an hour plus a pen and a pad.
Look at God. Absolutely. All right, y'all. So listen, we appreciate you all. Don't fall for the Ponzi schemes. Don't fall into groupthink. Get out of your silos. Meet new people. Expand your tribe. Build your village. And join our village while you're at it. BlackWealthRebels.com. BlackWealthRebels.com.
Rock asked a question. I want to try to help him real quick.
Did we miss that? Okay.
So Rock Noxious, I got it. I'll put it up. Pause. It says about that lightning address. When I click on the QR code, it doesn't give me an option. Just copies the clipboard. Now, are you going when you get the Bitcoin? It should say buy, sell, and have an up arrow, a down arrow. Let me walk myself through it and talk you. That sounds wild, so I ain't gonna say that. I ain't trying to talk nobody through it. But anyway,
come on, Shane.
Down arrow, up arrow, right? Hit receive. When you hit receive, it's going to bring up the QR code. When you tap the QR code, it should give you two addresses, Bitcoin and Lightning. So are you hitting receive first? Because I wonder why you don't have a Lightning address. It should look like this, where it says Lightning address, Bitcoin address. Let's see if I can clear that up.
Move back a little bit, Jim. Come back. All right, changed.
Tap the QR code again. Anyway, it should give you two addresses. You know what I'm saying?
Sunday, you late, brother. You was on with us early. You just missed the drawing.
All right, Miss Maui, shoot us the message. We're gonna take care of you. Everybody else, we love y'all. Sunday morning, we'll be here. You know,
Bright and early, 10 o'clock sharp.
Easy like Sunday morning. By the way, Kamar, you got to watch that video last week. I left Earth on it. I was cooking last week, man.
What video last week?
Sunday's class last week.
Oh, I'm sure you slandered me. Call me everything but a child of God.
I gave you props. I gave you the ultimate props. I was talking about how great. I was talking about how great of a man you are.
Corey, am I lying?
Corey didn't show up till it was damn near over. I was on my finance rebel joint that show. I was cooking.
Okay. Why did I have you rolling this morning? I didn't need to do that. But okay.
Probably dropping the R word every 5 minutes.
Nah, we went to some places. Yeah. But all right, everybody, listen, we will see y'all Sunday, 10 a.m. sharp. We'll figure out what we'll talk about soon. Don't forget, we're going to be back in the community starting in October. So stay tuned for that, y'all. But
yes.
Love y'all. See y'all soon. Have a great weekend.
Black Queens forever.
Stay great, y'all.